Back from the dead. Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I have created an effortless bronze smoky makeup look that is really easy to achieve and is great for those who may have a more hooded eye shape. I actually used a photo of Jennifer Lopez as inspiration, so if you are interested in recreating what you see here, please continue to watch and please subscribe. So I have already moisturized my skin and put on lip balm, and the first thing I am going to start with is an old standby of mine, Skinn by Dimitri James's Orchid Gel. It is a mattifying treatment for oily skin. It is very similar in texture to the Smashbox primers in that it has that very silicone feel. Now I use this all over my skin because it really helps smooth, but you can just use a product like this in the T-zone or any area that seems to be a problem area for you. Now, JLo usually always has a high coverage foundation on. I don't believe you can usually see her skin through her makeup. She really goes for that flawless glam look. So to achieve this, I'm using a combination of Too Faced's Born This Way foundation and Cover FX's Custom Color Drops. And I am just going to use my beauty blender to apply this. Now, I'm not going to show you how I filled in my brows. If that is something you would want to see, please leave a comment below and maybe it's something I can do in a future video. In the picture I am going off of, JLo really doesn't have a lot going on with her brows. They aren't filled in very heavy and you can actually see the pencil through her brows. It's just very wispy and effortless, so I'm going to try to stay with that theme. I then have just taken some MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC20 and applied this as my base. After blending it, I am just going to grab any vanilla eyeshadow shade and apply it to my lid. Now for the holy grail of eyeshadow brushes. I am using the Morphe M441 and taking this kind of deeper bone shade from the Morphe 35K palette, and in the crease I am going to start blending. Continuing with our transition shades, I really want to start warming up the crease, so I'm going to take a little bit of these two warmer brown shades from the same palette and continue blending. Next, we're going to really kick up the richness of this eye look, and I'm going to continue adding to the crease with this really rich, almost bricky red in the second row. Now, Jennifer brings her crease colors really in on the eye, so don't be afraid to bring your transition shades closer to the bridge of your nose. It really gives your eyes more of a wide, rounder look. Taking my Morphe 421, I'm then going to apply this beautiful bronzy taupe shade all over the lid. Then using your blending brush, just blend out the edges. Now I am repeating this step a few times to get a really intense eyelid shade, and the thing I love about a lot of JLo's looks is that if you look at them, the majority of the time they aren't really these defined eye looks. They are very blown out and sexy, and all the colors really run into each other, and it creates such an effortless, sexy look that she is really known for. I am now just applying my Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer under my eyes, and to my forehead, and to my chin, and I'm just going to buff this out with my beauty blender. I also tend to put concealer at the corners of my mouth because I notice throughout the day that my mouth tends to look like it's starting to point down, and I do not want that, so I want to highlight and bring forward any lines that might be there. I'm then just going to take NYX's HD powder in the shade Banana and bake those areas that I just concealed. Taking a pencil brush, this one is by Smashbox, I am taking the two warmer medium brown shades that we used in the crease and smoking out our under eye area. Like the lid, I am going to just start building up the intensity of the lower lash line with first the brick red and then the taupe. Make sure that you are blending out and connecting with your lid color. I am going to be utilizing false lashes, but for right now I'm going to use my Uemura eyelash curler and put on a light coat of L'Oreal Telescopic mascara. I was blessed with lashes that want to stick straight out, so this is an absolute must for me. Taking a Real Techniques multi-purpose brush, I am just going to dust off the remaining HD powder, and then taking the same brush, I'm going to apply Kat Von D's Lock-It Powder Foundation. I love this powder. I know it's technically a foundation, but it really gives a great finish to the skin and is very high coverage. I am then going to use the Cocoa Contour Palette by Too Faced. I am going to blend both the medium and the dark cocoa colors and apply to the hollows of my face. I'm not really trying to get that harsh contour look. I just want to warm up the outer perimeters of my face and get a nice bronze look. And I'm using a Bobbie Brown face blender brush to apply this. Applying to the forehead and under the chin. Taking the cool tone bronzer in the Cocoa Contour Palette, the medium cocoa shade, I'm going to start contouring my nose. I am using an old Sonia Kashuk crease brush to do this. I just love the shape for contouring the nose area. If you look at a lot of JLo's pictures, she has very prominent nose contouring and very overdrawn lips. This isn't something that I think looks fantastic out and about in everyday life, so I'm not trying to imitate that. I'm going to try and keep it as natural as nose contour can be. I'm then going to take my beauty blender and the light cocoa shade, which is essentially just a brightening powder, and I am going to pull a Jaclyn Hill and bake the sides of my face to keep my bronzer from falling down and to give a nice, sharp, glamorous look. Next, I am just going to apply some lashes. These are just some inexpensive kiss lashes that I actually really like. Just dusting off the brightening powder, and little Harley wanted to be in the video. He was jumping up on my leg. I'm just using the same mascara as earlier just to connect my lashes. Then I'm going to go in with Borghese Splendor Baked Bronzer in Tuscan Sun. I think this is probably very similar to something like MAC Give Me Sun. It just really warms up the face and gives a really nice glow. For blush, I am going to use MAC's Lovejoy on an IT Cosmetics Boutique blush brush and start on the apples of my cheeks and blend it backwards. Now, JLo tends to go for very nude lips. I wanted to add a little bit of color, so I am going to line my lips with my favorite lip liner of all time, Lancome's Natural Mauve, and I am going to then blend it out onto the lips with the brush that is on the back end. And lastly, to top everything off, I'm going to use Milani's Brilliant Shine Lip Gloss in the color Bare Secret. And that is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe and have a wonderful day.